Okay, I think we are live today, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, bonjour, buenos dias, guten morgen, bon dia, ohayo gozaimasu. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. You are watching Steph's talk show. I'm Steph. Welcome. So, what's the news today? Tell me everything. I'm always excited to finally be there with you guys. Every Saturday I'm trying to be there every Saturday to talk about personal development, personal growth, personal success, personal business, and try to support you guys in your goals in general. And because of that, I will go straight forward into the subject of today, one of the subjects of today, which is how to achieve your success goals. That's actually something that everybody asks. They all ask themselves these questions. We all need to achieve something, right? So I try to put together steps that you can follow. Those are general steps, obviously, but you know that everybody has different definition of success. Everybody has their own goals, their own potential, their own power to achieve success. I'm giving you a few steps, I'm giving you a few tips, but doesn't mean that how to achieve exactly your success goal. Let's try by defining your goal clearly. What exactly is your goal? Be specific. What exactly do you want to achieve? So even myself, it took me some time to get to understand this point, because many of you and many of us in this world, we are, how can I say, living the life to the fullest, and that's a very honorable mindset. Living the life to the fullest, grow depending on our environment and our knowledge, and we just move along. I mean, we don't necessarily have this specific setting up of a goal. We need to set up a goal, and and specifically if you are in your 20s, and even in your 30s, and even I know some people in their 40s, you're like, well, what is my goal? What is it that I want to achieve? What am I supposed to do? Who am I? What am I supposed to say? How am I supposed to move forward? How am I supposed to understand who I am, what I'm capable of, so I know what is my goal, whether it's personal or professional? This is a question that you gotta ask yourself no matter what. So here we are, setting up a goal. For example, you want to start your own bakery. Instead of just saying, I want to be successful, say, I want to start my own shop. I want to, build a family with 3 kids. It's more about defining, being clear about what you're saying and what you want and what you want to achieve. It's more about finding out your identity, and that comes back to something that I'm always saying in general. Doesn't matter where are you in this world. Doesn't matter what you're trying to achieve. You need to be self-aware before anything else. You are the starting point of whatever you want to feel in life. And by feel, I mean, I want to feel successful. I want to feel beautiful. I want to feel confident. I just want to feel, you know what I mean? And that's literally connected to myself right here. I'm just like, I just want to feel. So what exactly do you want to achieve? What is your success goal? And then, by asking yourself this question, you start going back and back and back. What is my goal? What success means exactly to me? What's XYZ? Once you define the goal, you need to break it down. And that's exactly what I just said. Breaking down those steps to achieve the goal. So divide your big goal into smaller, manageable tasks. I want to open my own shop. Doesn't matter the shop. What are the steps to get there? What is it that you need? What is it that you have now and that you and what is it that you're missing maybe? What is it that you need to have to complete your package, I would say, to achieve your goal. If you want to open your own shop, and I said earlier, opening your baking shop. Okay, so do you know how to bake? That's going to be a good start. Learn to bake if you don't. Find a location and create a business plan. And now I'm going to stop a little bit more closely on the idea of business plan, because based on my experience, I worked for the last 5 years now with a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs, young people mainly, and they are just struggling with the idea of a business plan. So if I have to share my own experience, because I also went into entrepreneurship, and I mean, I'm the full package of adventure anyway. I like to be just dropping into a situation where I have no fucking clue what's going on. I have no idea. But I do it anyway. And that, in my journey, that's how I've learned, the importance, the necessity of a business plan. And that's what's gonna, that's gonna be physically put on a paper or whatever. If you're more digital person, put on an Excel file, whatever, your business plan. That's going into breaking it down. Define your goal and create the steps. Break it down. Create the business plan. And trust me, once you have your business plans, all you gotta do is simple, following it. But don't be this kind of person who's just going to follow it blind. That's not the idea. The idea is to follow the plan, makes what it's actually achievable, what's actually possible, and whatever obstacle that you are meeting. Sometimes you're probably not going to be able to do it on time based on your business plan. If you put on 3 months, I should be at this point, and you realize that specifically if you are into opening a shop, there's a lot of things that's going to put you back. There's a lot of things that's going to slow you down, because everything does not depends on you. So control what you can control, and whatever it is that you cannot control, don't let him drive yourself crazy. And I'm talking about experience right here. Whatever you can't have control, try to step back a little bit and then try. Then fix. I believe that the same way you need to fix a certain goal, a certain point, a certain objective, even when you are actually in a struggling moment, that's exactly also where you need to break it down again and literally see the situation looking at it as the big picture. Set up your goal, break it down, and now we go into the next step, which is make a plan. So you need to make a plan right here, right? Set deadlines and milestones. Use a calendar or a to-do list to stay organized. That's the main point. When you make a plan, you don't just put, okay, today is gonna be opening the shop, tomorrow is gonna be looking for my partners, after tomorrow. No, That's not what we're talking about. Right here is like opening the shop. What does that mean? It has to be ready, on point. What is it missing? Where are the old tools that is necessary to open the shop? Do you already have partners? If you do not have partners yet, put on everything on the list. Be organized. That's part of the plan. I have one partner. This one is going to be in charge of XYZ. And by tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we're starting with this point. And it has to be goddamn organized. A goddamn killing plan. No, I'm not going to lie. I'm not the queen of being organized. I like to have plans, but I also like to be flexible. Personally, based on my experience, it's very important. But now I also know that this is not what works for everybody. Some people are very flexible, very game players, and can adapt if they fall. But the majority of us, to be honest with you, are not. And that's a reality. That's the truth. That's nothing you can change here. We can't lie. Don't be somebody that that you're not. And that's why we have the whole society system, right? Because the whole society put us into a plan, into an organization, and all we got to do is follow it. Try to put your own society system. And that's how I will actually define the idea of doing your to-do list, to stay organized. And now we move on to the next step, which is actually the most important, I believe. If you miss some of the previous points, it won't be that a big deal. Once again, that's just my point of view. And by the way, I'm not a know-it-all. I'm just sharing based on my experience, but also because I'm working with entrepreneurs, I'm working with business owners, I'm working with investors from around the world, so not specific to one country. And what makes me understand is what this makes me understand is just clear. I understand people. I'm learning, still learning, but the idea is there. What works, what doesn't work, what is actually true, what is actually not true. And you know what, if you want to achieve success, I believe there's a lot of roads to go through. But if you have a mentor, if you have somebody that can just not take your hands, but just be on your side to give you tips, advice, feedbacks on experience, be open-minded. Like literally be open-minded and just don't necessarily trust, but trust your gut, yes, and try to understand. Observe, study, practice. And that's where taking actions makes sense. You start with the first step, no matter how small, and you keep moving forward. You define your goal, you make a plan, you broken it down, and let's go. Now, everything that is happening before taking action, let's just be clear right here on paper. Everything that is happening before taking action can be messy. It can be messy, but don't take forever. Don't take forever. Now, I don't want to tell you either to rush it into things. Don't rush into things. That's why I'm like, you got to be smart at some point. You got to just use that thing. You know what that thing is? Your brain. You know what that thing is? Just use your brain. Make it your biggest strategical weapon and do it. Just do it. Take action. Next, it's everything that is happening after you actually jump into the water. You actually taking action. And then you're going to be like, whoa, hold on a second. Yeah, it can literally be a Russian roulette right here. But truth is, for anybody that out there today's is successful, or at least seems to be successful based on society system, how we define success in our society. Yes, I kind of lose my, I lose what I was about to say, but yeah, it's about jumping into the water. But you gotta be also focused and motivated. So now I think I can break this down. Focus, motivated, we can actually break this down, because focus, yes, you need to be goddamn focused, because things are happening left, right, in the front, in the back. Things are happening specifically when you are the leader, you are the decision maker, you are the ones making things happen specifically, because this is your goal, right? This is your success goal, and this is your decision. So everything depends on you, and you have to be used to that. You have to be used to take charge, but you also need to be able to listen and learn from experience or from others. The right experience, the right others. Don't listen to everybody. But you need that focus thing and that motivation. But now, let me just focus a moment on the motivation part, because basically a success goal is not something that's happening to the very next day. It's not something that is as simple as you say it and it's happening, right? You're gonna have a lot of down before you get your first up. A lot of up and downs, but a lot of downs before you get your first up. And also a lot of time, a lot of patience. You're gonna need a lot of patience. And that's what I have myself struggled with. But to be honest, right now I'm in my journey where I'm just consistent. I'm in the journey where I am just following the flow, keep on doing it, keep on moving forward. And I mean, nothing gonna stop me, because obviously this is my goal. You know what I mean? Being there today, telling you this is the result of all the effort and all the practice that I've been doing for the last 5 years. And even before that, because obviously mindset-wise, I was already practicing since my teenage. So let's just to let you know for how long I have been personally working on my mindset. But yeah, motivation is something, but you can't all the time be motivated. And that's why you gotta learn how to be disciplined. That's why you need to learn how to be disciplined. So stay focused and motivated. Remind yourself why you want this. Avoid distraction and stay committed. That's one point. Right after that, be open to learning. Learn and improve. Learn, practice, and improve. And even if you are not yet into the improvement part, like learn, practice, shit, you didn't make it there. That's fine. But at some point, because you keep on learning and because you keep on practicing, you get to the point of improving. And this is just natural, and this is just going to follow the flow. So accept mistakes as part of your journey, but keep learning new skills and adjusting your plan. Track your progress as well, very important. Just like the idea of putting on a paper a business plan. Track your progress. I started 3 months ago. Nothing happened. 3 months after, 3 months more. Okay, we're getting somewhere, something happened. Why? Why is this happening? Why are you making some progress? Once again, a little step back, see the big picture, the stand. Just in order for you to progress. Cut down a little bit on your mistakes. You know what I mean? You're gonna do mistakes. You're gonna make shit for real. But doesn't matter, you're always gonna be in a journey of progress. Review your progress weekly or monthly, depending of what you feel more comfortable, but review your progress, study it, and then move on. You celebrate your small wins to stay encouraged. And that's how you're gonna overcome the lack of motivation that at some point you will be achieving. And now, last but not least, and I think everybody heard that, but it does make sense. It does make a big sense. Never give up. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. Don't give up when your family and your friends are not on your side to support you. If this coming from the deepest side of you, from your gut, it's your thing, it's what you should follow. Don't give up because your family and your friends are not following you. Don't give up because others are not following you. It will come at some point. Don't give up on yourself. Be consistent. Be resilient. Keep going even when it gets tough. Yes, life is tough. And I feel like I'm going to say it. Should I say it? Yeah, I'm going to say it. Life is tough, so you gotta be rough. To be honest with you, I've been through shit in my life. I've been through shit. And it's just like crazy how lonely you will be in this journey. How lonely you will feel for real. And if you don't have yourself to have your back, it can seem to be impossible. But you're not alone as long as you have yourself. And as long as you know as well how to surround yourself, who you should keep around you, who you should not. There are people, and including your family, they have to stay away from you in order for you to achieve success. And you know what? No matter what happens, the day that you're gonna achieve your goal, the day where you're gonna come back home to your family and friends and people who know you, and when they're gonna see your journey from where you're from to being a total success, everything else won't matter anymore. Everything they've been saying, not believing in you, won't exist anymore. Suddenly, they see you the way you are. So remember, success is a journey. Take it one step at a time. And that's it for my part in terms of success goals, how you should achieve your goal. And once again, what I'm sharing here are the success tools, are what has been working for anyone who's today representing the big picture of being a successful person, a successful businessman, a woman, a success in general. So I hope you follow this. All right, now let's get down to business. Okay, I want to talk to my aspiring entrepreneurs. I want to share a few tips, and specifically for those who are wants to be entrepreneurs, but mostly wants to work remotely, become a digital entrepreneurs, and travel and do whatever they want, wherever they want. So for that, obviously, you need skills, you need knowledge, you need expertise, but you also need clients in order to survive and to build a business. That's going to be from you the top 5 businesses that you can start as a remote worker or digital entrepreneur in 2025. And there's absolutely no surprise when I say a number 1 today, because yes, we're in 2025, the number 1 today will be AI-powered content creative services, from writing blogs, ads, or video scripts using AI tools. Yes, like ChatGPT, Jasper, for example. That's the number one, and you can get expertise on this just like that. Go find some courses online, and this is going to be your open doors to freedom, to working remotely and working from all around the world. I'm giving you just the top 5, but to be honest, there is like a list of 30, maybe 50 jobs that you can just create as an entrepreneur and kind of have this feeling of freedom, okay? Businesses need ton of content, and AI speed up the process. So go ahead and that's it. Offer human editing and strategy for higher value. Number 2, e-commerce, drop shipping or print on demand, selling product online without holding inventory. Yes, Shopify, Etsy, Amazon, believe it or not, but that's a thing too. It works too. I personally know people like this, and I personally also I'm an investor right now in one of those ventures. So I personally love anything from being a digital entrepreneur, because I am one. Personally, I am one. I've been working, traveling like forever now, for the last 12 years at least. I didn't start right away with computer job, but nowadays that's what I do. Being a business and media consultant mainly, and also a motivational speaker. So that's literally something that I support. So you can test product ideas fast with global reach. So e-commerce, think about it. My number 3 is obviously what I'm doing right now, online coaching and consulting. You have an expertise. People are listening to you. People are following your skills or your advices. Go ahead. Basically, that's my experience. That's what I do. And yeah, this is a real job. Like literally, you gotta set up your own planning, your own strategy, your own journey, your own business journey. So from you wake up in the morning, the most difficult I would say is just to have no boss. You have absolutely no boss, and that's it. And that's it. I mean, you set up your own schedule, your own work time schedule. You're basically making your own salary. You decide how much you want to make, but it's going to be about investing first. You're going to have to invest first, and of course, time for you to get return. You know, it won't happen in one day, but if you stay consistent and you keep going, it will happen no matter what. So, and it will happen very nicely. Offer expert advices in a niche, will be fitness, business, marketing, personal finance. Doesn't matter. Use a Zoom platform, course platform like Teachable or Kajabi, sorry. You can build authority on social media and attract clients. Number 4 will be freelancing services in design, marketing, development, whatever, sales. Freelancing services is a big thing today. Now, I think as a freelancer, what your biggest skills will be to be a good salesperson, like selling yourself and selling your services. So interesting, I believe, if you look for again for freedom, for freedom, for flexibility in terms of your working time, but obviously as a freelancer you still have to respond to your clients' expectations. Sometimes you will have, then they will be the ones going to set up your time, but depends once again on your contract and what you agreed on with your clients. Get some water. So offer your skills on platform like Upwork, Fiverr. I personally myself use a lot of Fiverr, and directly to clients. I mean, it's all about sourcing clients, right? And you have 3 clients that are going to be able to pay you $2,000 a month. Is that a lot? Is that 3 clients paid 2K a month, you make 6K a month, and I think that's a good start. So popular skills, web designing, SEO, social media management, coding are a big thing. And that's it for my top 5. I think I've done the top 5. Yeah. So, no, I didn't do the top 5. The last one is a niche newsletter. So I put this one in the list because I personally discovered this one recently, and I think it's a very interesting one. I think you can make a lot from this expertise as a niche newsletter or subscription business. Create valuable infos, news, trend, tips, and monetize through subscriptions or ads. So once again, here again, it takes a little bit of time. It will take a little bit of practice and a lot of consistency. But once again, if you have to work hard for 5, maybe 10 years, compared to all your life. Some people work their whole fucking life not being able to have financial freedom. What if you work 5, 6, 7, 10 years in your whole life to finally get to a moment where everything's just gonna go smoothly? Build that subscription business. Here we go. It will take some time, but that's how you make it and feel even better, the taste of success, by working hard. That's it. So people pay for focused and high quality insight, and as a media consultant, I can definitely agree with that. So yeah, choose a business that matches your skills, interests, and the market demand. Start small, stay consistent, and scales as you grow. And that's it for my top 5 in terms of digital entrepreneurship that you can start with, developed, and everything else. And in this part specifically, if you want to learn more about it, if you want to get a mentor to tell you how to start, I will be more than happy to do so. My experience being from a digital entrepreneur all around the world, from Asia to Africa to Europe to America and even the Latin America, I will be more than happy to assist you in that direction. And last but not least, we finish with some wealth news. I'm excited to share a groundbreaking development from Saudi Arabia Vision to 2030 economic roadmap. Starting from January 2026, foreign investors and long-term expats will be able to designated zones we'll be able to purchase property in designated zone. I need to re-say this sentence again. Starting from January 2026, foreign investors and long-term expats will be able to purchase property in designated zones, starting with the major urban center like Riyadh and Jeddah. This is something that you're interested in, and I know Saudi Arabia. I have a lot of friends around this region, and yes, it's a very, self-centered area. There are opportunities, there are potentials in terms of financial growth. So my dear investors from all around the world, get this information, and obviously jump on it if you can, if you are interested in. Get more information. I will be happy to telling you a little bit more on it. If you want, you can send me an email. The information are on my YouTube channels. But I also will be happy to just give you some names. You can go on the national news, for example, where they are actually giving you quite a very nice overview about it. Analysts describe this as a transformational long-term expats, offering new pathway to build equity, stabilize residency, and strengthen roots in the kingdom. AP News. So don't miss out. This has a very high rental yields currently of 8 to 9% in Riyadh. So the move is poised to invigorate real estate supply, stimulate housing constructions, and support related sectors, from banks to construction firms. So this follows Saudi Arabia January 2025 real estate ownership and investment law paving the way for structures phases implementation beginning in January 2026, with executive regulation to be released via the Istiqlal portal within 6 months. Don't miss out. This is a big news. Yes, Saudi Arabia, let's go. Why this matter for global investors? I can tell you this right now. New opportunities in high growth market with solid yield potential, alignment with major economic expansion, including mega projects like NEOM, Amala, Jeddah Central, and Ruwa AI Marina, improved legal clarity and protection, balancing openness with local interest. Once again, if you want to know more about this, I advise you to go watch on the national news. Saudi foreign properties ownership rules will be transformational for long-term expats. And yes, if you're considering anything about real estate investment, global, international investment in general, I have few interesting plans and opportunities regarding the LATAM region, for example. If you're interested, once again, go on my YouTube channel. There's all the details. Send me the emails and I will get back to you for investments advice. Okay, where are we today? I think I came to the end for today's video. Remember, every Saturday I will be there. Otherwise, you can just follow my YouTube channel where I will be publishing all the videos and get into deep details or through my recording videos. But if you want to have direct live connection with me, Steph, I will be more than happy to assist you regarding your business journey, investment journey, and mindset journey. I'm open to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for watching. I look forward to see you next Saturday. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye.